Welcome to Rome, the Eternal City. In this vlog, we'll be taking you on a journey through some of Rome's most iconic and historic landmarks. From the grandeur of the Vatican, to the ancient ruins of the Palatine Hill and the Roman Forum, we're going to immerse ourselves in the rich history of this magnificent city. And of course, no visit to Rome would be complete without a stop to the picturesque Trevi Fountain and the awe-inspiring Colosseum.
Good morning. It is super early and Rome is already hopping, but the reason why we're up early is
we're going to the Vatican.
Now, I know that there are some filming restrictions in and around the Vatican. We're gonna try to work around that the best we can and bring you as much as we can. Without further ado,
let's meet our tour guide. So we have made it through the security checkpoint. This place is totally packed and crazy already at 8:30 in the morning. We have our tickets for the Vatican Museums, so we are about to head inside.
So we got our rad little earpieces so we look super cool. And away we go!
Our tour began in the courtyard of the Vatican Museums, where we viewed two impressive sculptures. The Pigna, a giant pine cone which represents fertility and abundance, and the Sphera con Sphera, a sphere within a sphere that represents the fragile complexity of the world. It was also here in this very courtyard that we found the perfect spot to admire the exterior of Michelangelo's iconic dome. Stepping into the Vatican Museums, we found ourselves surrounded by a world of artistic marvels. Each sculpture we encountered showcased the incredible talent and artistry of its creator. From delicate forms to powerful expressions, these masterpieces captivated us with their skillful craftsmanship. As we continued to explore, we discovered the tapestry room. Its walls were adorned with intricate tapestries that told captivating stories from history and mythology. However, the highlight of our visit was the gallery of maps. Stepping into this captivating space, we were immediately drawn to the magnificent ceiling adorned with intricate frescoes. As we admired the artistry above, we were equally fascinated by the meticulously crafted maps that adorned the walls. These maps, created during the Renaissance, offered a fascinating glimpse into the world as it was known at that time. Next, we moved on to St. Peter's Basilica, where we were greeted with its towering facade and majestic dome. Built between 1506 and 1626, it's an inspiring testament to the enduring faith and architectural brilliance of its creators. As we stepped inside, we were enveloped in a sense of reverence and wonder. The stunning mosaics, beautiful paintings, and intricately carved sculptures adorned every corner, creating a sacred atmosphere. But without a doubt, the most impressive thing here in the Basilica is Michelangelo's dome. Its sheer scale and breathtaking beauty were a testament to human ingenuity and artistic mastery. St. Peter's Basilica is a masterpiece. It stands as a beacon of faith and a testament to the enduring legacy of the Vatican.
So wow guys, the Vatican is a lot. There is just so much to see here.
It's absolutely mind-blowing. If I had to do this all over again, I may have booked an earlier private tour, but those can get pricey. It's so much. Like when we say it's so much, the art collection here is phenomenal. So if you love art, then there's a lot to see. But let's address the elephant in the room, which is the Sistine Chapel.
So we were not able to go into the Sistine, well, we did go into the Sistine Chapel, but you're not able to take any kind of photos or video inside the Sistine Chapel. It's considered a very sacred and holy place, obviously. We can't share that with you, but know that it's absolutely stunning. The works of Michelangelo are magnificent, to say the least, so it's definitely worth going in there while you're here. I feel like you could spend days, if not weeks here, just looking at everything. There's just so much, so definitely book yourself a tour.
But real quick, one of the coolest souvenirs that you can get here, you can actually send a postcard from Vatican City using a Vatican stamp, because remember, we're technically in the world's smallest country state right now.
Yep.
Drop it in a box and they'll mail it to your house.
Yeah, so somebody special out there is getting a postcard from the Vatican.
Yeah, I sent one to my dad.
Yeah. Good morning and welcome to our final day here in Rome.
we decided to get up early, hit the metro, and try to see one of Rome's most visited attractions.
So we are at the Trevi Fountain. It's 7:30 in the morning, and this place is already pretty busy. We planned to get here a little earlier, but sometimes you just have to sleep in, and 7:30 is still pretty early, all things considered.
The Trevi Fountain is the biggest Baroque fountain in the entire world, and one of the most famous fountains in the entire world.
At the center of the fountain, you can see a sculpture of Neptune, the god of the sea. And the Trevi Fountain actually gets its name because it sits at the intersection of 3 roads, and I guess Trevi or some sort version of that in Italian is 3. Roman. What is
Latin.
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 Latin. I'm so good at this. Like, Jed took Latin, that's why he got this down. So legend has it that if you take a coin in your right hand, throw it over your left shoulder, that you will one day return to Rome. So, did it make it?
Yes.
But now we're going to show you something that not a lot of people know about the Trevi Fountain. So let's go.
So this one, you're going to want to grab your significant other, your sweetie pie, whoever you love near and dear in your life. If you go around to the right side of the fountain, you're going to see that there's really not anybody here. And there's a fountain called the Lover's Fountain.
So this fountain actually has 2 spouts of water that come out and kind of cross over each other. And it said that if each of you drink from one side of the fountain, that you will remain in love forever.
Forever.
It's kind of scary.
So be careful with this information and do with it what you will.
And before we drink from here, you may be wondering if it's actually safe to drink from here. I just saw one of the Polizia come up and fill his water bottle with it, so I think we're good. 1, 2, 3. All right, so it's a good thing we wore our rain gear today because you actually get it splashed all over you.
Just a short 10-minute walk from the Trevi Fountain is the famous Spanish Steps. These famous steps get their name because of their close proximity to the Spanish embassy to the Holy See, which is another name for the Vatican. This is a really popular tourist destination and gathering spot for locals and tourists alike. And in case you're wondering, there's 135 steps leading up to the Trinita del Monte up top, which is a church, and I hope I didn't butcher that name.
Okay, so we made it to the top of the steps, and now we are going to actually head back to the metro and go back to meet up with our friends at the Airbnb, because we have a tour planned this morning of probably the most iconic thing to see here in all of Rome, and that is the Colosseum.
Our tour started on Palatine Hill, the legendary birthplace of Rome. It was on this very hill that the twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, were found and nurtured by a she-wolf. As we explored this historic site, we were fascinated by its mythical origins and the remains of imperial palaces from as early as the 1st century BCE. But our favorite moment on Palatine Hill was the breathtaking view it offered of the Roman Forum. From this elevated spot, we gazed down upon the bustling heart of ancient Rome. The view revealed a tapestry of ruins, temples, columns, all telling tales of the city's vibrant past. Then we descended into the Roman Forum. This busy marketplace was the focal point of politics, social interactions, and trade. Walking among the ruins, we felt the weight of history surrounding us. We marveled at the towering columns, impressive arches, and captivating ruins that brought the city's glorious past to life. Each step through the Roman Forum's ancient pathways immersed us deeper into the rich tapestry of Roman civilization, allowing us to envision the daily life and significant events that once unfolded within these historic grounds. Finally, we reached the Colosseum. As we walked through the very doors that once welcomed the gladiators, we experienced a surreal moment, envisioning the thrilling spectacles that unfolded within its walls. Standing in the colossal arena, we could almost hear the roar of the crowd and feel the adrenaline of the gladiators as we retraced their footsteps. The sheer magnitude and intricate architecture of the Colosseum left us in absolute amazement, a testament to the remarkable engineering and enduring legacy of ancient Rome that continues to captivate the world today.
We have just seen a lot. Between the Palatine, the Forum and the history of the Colosseum. This has probably been my favorite tour thus far in Rome.
Yeah, I feel like we could have almost spent an entire day in each area if you really wanted to immerse yourself in it and learn about all of the different areas. With that being said, the view, my favorites here were the view from Palatine Hill down into the Forum, and you could see the Colosseum in the distance. And then also, well, I love Palatine Hill, and obviously the Colosseum is gorgeous. I think my most enjoyable period was while we were in the Forum, because there's just so much to see there and to kind of experience.
All right, guys, we're absolutely starving. We haven't eaten much today, so let's try to find something good to eat.
How about great to eat?
I like great to eat.
Find something great to eat.
Andiamo! Andiamo! So we've decided to head down to the Trastevere neighborhood. That's where, we heard anyway, is some of the best food in Rome. Coincidentally, our path puts us right next to the Circus Maximus. You know, Ben-Hur, famous chariot races. That's pretty awesome.
Okay, so our first stop for the day is to try some classic Rome street food. So we found this little place called Suppli, which is supposed to have the best suppli here in Rome. And so what they are is little fried balls of goodness. So we got two different kinds. We got a classico and a cacio e pepe. So this first one is the cacio e pepe. So what it is, it's basically a rice ball that's deep fried. This one is cacio e pepe, so it's cheese and pepper. The cheese is a sheep's cheese that they use, so like a I think it's a pecorino sheep's cheese. And the other one is a classico, which I think is a tomato based. This is absolutely delicious. The rice is perfectly cooked. It's nice and cheesy, crunchy on the outside. Definitely awesome street food.
Sandy also mentioned that we got the Suppli Classico. So imagine the best tomato soup you've ever had in your life, mixed with rice and a big hunk of mozzarella in the middle. That is amazing. Well, unfortunately, we wanted to eat the world, but the weather had other plans.
So it started raining, so we decided to just head back to our Airbnb for the night. And unfortunately, this is our last night here in Rome, so we're not going to get back to finishing up that impromptu food tour that we would have liked to have done.
That just gives us another reason to come back to Rome, honestly.
Right. Here, see, it's already working, the fountain. And we're coming back. We have to come back to Rome, so.
Alright guys, hopefully you found this video useful or
Something fun, I don't know.
mildly entertaining.
If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up.
Click that subscribe button to make sure you get a notification
Well,
of...
that would be the notification button.
That is the notifications button. You should
Do both.
You should hit every single button on YouTube that you can find right
Hit 'em
now.
all.
Alright guys, that's gonna do it for now, and until next time, stay wonderful.
Call it a day.